The storm came without warning. The sky turned dark. The wind howled like a wild animal. People hurried inside, slamming doors behind them, pulling down storm shutters, closing windows, huddling together and hoping for the best, bracing for the worst. But outside, in the raging tempest, there was a tiny little bird flapping its wings frantically, trying to keep itself aloft in the raging wind. It was being tossed this way and that way, blown by the strong gusts, and the poor little sparrow was too small, too weak to be able to withstand the fury of the storm. It struggled and it fought to stay alive, but then suddenly in the midst of its battle with the wind, it saw a strong branch of a tree, which had been snapped off by the storm, and it landed on it and huddled on it. Small branch, exhausted, soaked and shivering from fear and cold. And as it huddled there, a man came along, saw the sparrow, and said to himself, "That poor little bird, it's all wet and cold. It can't live like that. I must help it." So he took the bird in his hands, wrapped it in a warm towel, put it into a box, made a small nest for it with some leaves and some twigs, and then placed the box in the corner of his living room near the heater. Then he left the house to check on his crops, for he was a farmer and he feared that the storm had damaged his crops. But after a while, when he came back inside, he saw that the sparrow had died. He felt bad about it, so he went out again to bury the bird, to give it a decent burial. But just as he was about to dig a hole in the ground, the sparrow suddenly fluttered its wings and hopped out of the box, chirping loudly, flapping its wings, and thanking the man with its eyes shining with joy. Then the sparrow flew up to a high place and sang the sweetest song that the man had ever heard. Then it flew down again, landed on the man's shoulder, and in its chirping and singing, it seemed to be saying, "Thank you for your kindness. You may not have been able to save my life, but you made me feel loved and cared for. And that is what matters most, to know that somebody cares for you when you're in need." Then the sparrow flew away, and the man stood there with a smile on his face, feeling better about himself, knowing that even though he hadn't been able to save the life of that little bird, he had been able to show it God's love and kindness. And as he walked towards his home, he thought to himself, you don't have to fight the storm alone. If the Lord watches the sparrow and protects it, He's also watching over you and wants you to know that you are valuable and important. Don't be afraid. Don't give up. He's with you. Friends, Jesus loves you. You don't have to go through the storms of life alone. He's with you. And if you trust in Him, no matter what the problem or the pain or the suffering you're going through, you will come out of it stronger and better because Jesus is with you. Be encouraged. Be blessed. Give God thanks and praise. And remember, Jesus loves you. This is 1 minute. I encourage you to subscribe and watch the next video.